So go ahead and settle in on your mat. Come to either accomplished position, seated position, or comfortable seated position, whichever is more within your practice. And I invite you to gently close your eyes and just start to connect to your breath. Palms can be facing down on the knees for grounding, or facing palms up for receiving. And first, just start to notice the breath. Where is it moving the most? Is it staying mostly in your chest? Is it coming down into your belly? Maybe it's just staying in your throat. No judgment. Just notice where you are. And as you become more connected, start to deepen that breath. Maybe bringing it down into the chest, feeling that diaphragm expand and contract. Maybe bring it down into the belly, allowing your belly to balloon out on your inhale and contract in towards your spine on the exhale. Take a deep breath in for 3, 2, 1. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big inhale for 3, 2, 1. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Move through that breath progression a couple more times at your own pace. Remembering to relax the shoulders. Relax the face. Engage the core. Next inhale, bring that left hand up to the sky and drop the right palm to the floor. Gently bend over that right arm, looking up towards the ceiling. Slight twist. You can bend the right arm. You can bring the elbow to the floor if you have the mobility to do so. Making sure that you're grounding down through that left hip bone. Inhale, sweep the left arm up and drop it to the floor. And bring that right arm up. Exhale, fold over that left side. And inhale up through center. Sweep the hands up overhead. Stretching the deltoids, the erector spinae, maybe giving a little wiggle, and palms together to touch. Exhale through heart center. Take a big breath here, and when you're ready, exhale, roll forward, come onto hands and knees for a tabletop position. Flow through cat-cow for a few breaths. So on your inhale, come into cow. angry cat. Inhale, cow, dropping the belly towards the floor. Slightly engaging in the pecs to push the floor away. And exhale, round, cat. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Inhale, come to a neutral spine. If you haven't already, tuck the toes and come back for our first downward facing dog. Give a little boogie in your hips, wake them up. So throughout today's flow, we just want to try to make everything move together. Move as mindfully as you possibly can. So for example, if I say bring the right leg up and then come forward, place it in between your hands. Instead of, some people like to kick through. What I want you to do is imagine that you have to move in slow motion. And just slowly place your foot. If you need to turn your ankle or whatever you need to do to gently place your foot, do that. Come back into downward facing dog. And gently walk towards your hands. Do another little boogie in your legs as you come into ragdoll. Swing backwards and forwards. On your next inhale, come up with a flat back, or halfway up with a flat back. And exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees, come up, sweep hands overhead. And palms together to touch, come down through the center on your exhale. Inhale, hand toward the sky and swan dive over your feet into Uttanasana. Forward fold. Uttanasana, excuse me. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, step back. Lower down, knees, chest, chin. Inhale up for baby cobra. And exhale, roll over the knees, come back, downward facing dog. Take a big step towards the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees, come up, hands overhead. Exhale, palms together to touch and down through heart center, Tadasana. Inhale, hands overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step it back, lower down, chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, that right leg up towards the sky. Bend the knee and look underneath that left elbow for that right foot. If you have it in your practice, go ahead and flip your dog. Come into wild thing back bend. And exhale, come down onto your left hip. And then come back into downward facing dog, three-legged dog. And exhale, drop that right foot. Again, do another little boogie. And inhale, left leg high towards the sky. Knee bends, hip opens. Looking under that right armpit for that left foot. If you flipped your dog on the other side, go ahead and flip it again. Come into wild thing back bend. Exhale, drop the hips and come back into three-legged dog. And exhale, drop that left foot, another boogie. And I just want you to boogie your way all the way to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms up. And exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale, hands up towards the sky, and exhale, swan dive, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, step it back. Plank, lower down, chaturanga, or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale that right leg up to the sky. Bend the knee, tiger curl. Gently place that right foot in between the hands and come up for crescent lunge. And now I just want you to, on your inhale, sweep your hands up, and on your exhale, shoot them back. So we're going inhale up, exhale back. Inhale up, exhale down and back. Inhale up, exhale down and back. One more time, inhale up and exhale down and back. Inhale up and exhale, place the hands on the mat. Bring that right leg back. Lower down, chaturanga, or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, roll over the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale that left leg high to the sky. Exhale, gently flow forward, tiger curl until you place that left foot in between the hands. Come up for crescent lunge. And again, we're gonna do our little bird dance on this side. So we're gonna sweep the arms up on the inhale and exhale, shoot them back. Inhale up, exhale back. Inhale up, exhale back. Inhale up, and exhale back. Inhale up, and exhale. Place the hands on the mat. Shoot that left foot back and come down. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, jump to the top of your mat or step. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to do something really similar to our crescent lunge for Uttanasana. We're going to sweep up and then sweep down. Make sure that you bend your knees as you sweep. If you become lightheaded, go ahead and take a break, come to rest in child's pose, maybe feet up the wall. So inhale, sweep up, exhale, sweep down, inhale, sweep up, exhale, sweep down, inhale, sweep up, exhale, sweep down, inhale, sweep up, and exhale, come to rest, forward fold. Maybe grabbing your shins if you can reach. Keeping a slight bend in those knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, and exhale, come hand to heart center. Come up on the tippy toes, on the very, very tippy toes, and spread the arms out into a T. I want you to Imagine that there's a wall right up against your back, and you're going to gently come down, squat, and as you do, bring your hands into heart center as you make it towards the bottom. If you're down, so you're going to come down as far as you can without actually sitting. And then once you're there, I want you to do a little, so just like you're going to stand up, just to activate those quads. And exhale, relax, and go ahead and come to sitting on the mat. Awesome. We are done with our standing asanas. So it's all floor work from here. So inhale, sweep those arms up. Stretch out that back. Ground the shoulder blades back onto the back. Rolling those shoulders outward. And exhale, bring the hands to the mat and engage like you're going to try to push yourself up off the mat. So legs straight out in front of you. Act like you're going to try to lift like you would in lotus, like you're going to lift into a lotus. Just act like you're going to push up off the ground and lift your butt. But keep that back nice and straight. Feet flexed. And exhale, release. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, come forward over your legs for caterpillar pose. You can bend the knees so that your chest comes to rest on your thighs. Holding on to the feet or the shins, whatever is most comfortable for you. Making sure that your shoulders are relaxed, neck is relaxed, chin is tucked onto the chest. Maybe rocking side to side. If your knees are bent, maybe walk your heels out half an inch. Just relaxing into the pose. Breathing, sending your breath into your hamstrings, to your calves, into your low back. Make sure you're not hunching your shoulders up towards your ears. Draw them back and down. Inhale, come up slightly, and exhale, fold a little deeper. Thirty more seconds in this pose. Allow yourself to soften. Inhale, gently roll up, vertebra by vertebra. Draw the shoulder blades back and down. Bend both knees and come into bound angle pose, Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet together to touch. So the way that your knees are gonna look is based on two things. It's based on your anatomy as well as your flexibility. So some people, their knees come straight down to the ground, no problem. And that's just the angle of your hip socket or your ball socket on your hip joint to your femur. So some people will have it close to a 90-degree angle. Some people have it, at a 75-degree angle. So the more obtuse, there we go, the angle is, the easier it is for you to drop your knees towards the mat. So it's not always a reflection of flexibility. Sometimes it's physiology, anatomy. Inhale, draw the chest forward, arching the spine just a little bit, and exhale. Fold forward over those feet. You can keep a flat back, or if you prefer, you can round the back, drawing the chin in towards the chest. Whatever serves you. Try to bring those elbows out in front of the shins to draw you forward. Maybe folding the feet outwards like you're reading a book, stretching those ankle muscles. Remembering to breathe with each exhale, softening just a little more, folding a little deeper over those feet. Thirty more seconds. On your inhale, gently roll up, slowly. Bring those feet out in front of you and tap out your knees. Maybe windshield wiper your hips. Just getting blood flow moving throughout your legs. We're going to do some shoulder stretches now. So go ahead and place your palms on the mat behind you, fingers facing towards your butt. Bend your knees and lift up slightly and draw your butt towards your heels so that you're getting a nice stretch right on the front of your shoulders. You can go ahead and set your butt on the mat. If you didn't get far enough the first time, you can always walk your heels or feet out and then come a little bit closer or further away from your shoulders, but closer. Move your butt closer to your feet. Maybe sway side to side a little bit. engaging the core, drawing the belly in towards the spine. Elbows are bent. Again, butt is resting on the floor. This is a passive stretch. Sending your breath to your shoulders, maybe to your forearms. If you're a little tight there, I know I am, so I'm feeling this in my forearms as well as my shoulders. Can you guys hear me all right? It's kind of echoey in here. Yes? All right, great. On your next inhale, lift up and bring your butt closer to your hands. Go ahead and shake out your wrists. Maybe do a little circle shoulders. Shoulder circles. And whenever you're ready, go ahead and roll over on your knees and come down. Knees, chest, chin. Bring that left arm out in front of you, kind of up at an angle, so not straight out, not straight out in front of you, not straight out to the side, but just kind of at a diagonal. Bend those knees, roll over onto the left side, using your right arm as support. Right elbow's at a 90-degree angle. Roll that shoulder back. If you're not feeling this in your chest, you could be dropping that shoulder forward. If you're not feeling any chest stretch, just roll that shoulder back or up. Allowing the neck to relax, gaze is soft or eyes closed. And on your next exhale, go ahead and come back to flat on your tummy. Bring your right arm out at a diagonal. Left arm comes into a 90-degree angle, elbow right over wrist. Bend the knees, and on your exhale, roll over onto your right side. Again, rolling that shoulder back so that you feel this stretch in your chest. On your next exhale, go ahead and roll forward onto your tummy. Just take a second to breathe here. Maybe bring those palms under your shoulders. Give yourself a little support. And exhale, come back, roll over your knees, and come into child's pose. Knees wide. Maybe draw your shoulders back, or your hands back around your legs. This allows you too much flexibility with your chest. Like, say it messes the angle of your neck up, you can draw your knees back towards each other so that your forehead is comfortably resting on the mat. We're going to prepare for shoulder stand, plow, and deaf man's pose. So go ahead and gently roll up on your next inhale. Sit down on your left hip and draw your feet out in front of you. Gently come to laying down on your mat, rolling down, abs engaged. When you're ready, go ahead and bend the knees and come up into shoulder stand. Walking those elbows in, supporting the low back. Point and flex the feet. Maybe do a little bicycle here. Still getting that dance party in. And on your next inhale, bring those feet straight up towards the sky, feet flexed. And drop the feet back over the head, coming into plow. If you have the stability, you can let go of your low back and bring your hands together, clasped behind you. Remembering to keep that chin tucked towards the chest. And do not look out to either side. Gaze is straight ahead. Every breath, allowing your feet to either draw closer to the mat or draw further away from your head. Your feet are already touching the floor. Taking big, full breaths. Don't allow your breathing to become shallow, even though you're kind of crunched up. Always returning to that Ujjayi breathing, the victorious breath. On your exhale, bend the knees and come into deaf man's pose. Drawing the knees
down towards the ground. Wherever your knees are hitting, gently squeeze your head. So that might be your cheekbones, it might be your ears if you're lucky, or it might not be on your face at all, in which case that's fine, don't squeeze. If you are squeezing, remember that it's a gentle squeeze. It's not, you're not death gripping your face with your knees. And on your next exhale, go ahead and roll down. Hug those knees in towards your chest and rock back and forth. Maybe draw the chin up, giving those knees a kiss. Thanking your body for being so awesome. Go ahead and come into happy baby. Grabbing either outside edge of, grabbing the outside edge of either feet. Tailbone draws down towards the ground. So if you're here and you've got your knees really bent, that's great. But I want you to really draw that tailbone down towards the ground. If that means that you can't bring your knees down as far, that's fine. Main thing is we want to relax that tailbone down towards the floor. Maybe stretching one side straight and then the other. Maybe straightening both legs, grabbing onto the toes with the peace fingers. And drawing those knees in towards the chest, giving them one last hug before Savasana. If there are any final poses you would like to do before moving into Savasana, do so now. Otherwise, gently allow your legs to come out, heels on either side of your mat, feet fall out, away from each other. Shoulder blades are drawn up under the back and down, allowing the neck to relax. Arms are splayed out away from you, palms facing upward. Allow yourself to melt into the mat, becoming one big hug of love. Each breath, imagine yourself sinking deeper and deeper into the mat, becoming heavier, becoming softer. Focus is still on the breath. You can allow your control over the breath to soften and maybe just observe it. Mind starts to wander, that's okay. Just gently bring it back to the breath, back to the body. If you're having trouble focusing on the breath, try counting your inhales and exhales. Or, as I said earlier, with each exhale, visualize yourself sinking deeper and deeper into relaxation. Starting with your heels, allowing them to become heavy. Working your way up the legs, back of the knees, hips, the low back, the upper back, the shoulders, the elbows and the palms, the throat, the jaw, the forehead. All sinking, huddling outward. Nowhere to be, nothing to worry about. You're exactly where you're supposed to be, doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. Take a big inhale to break the stillness. You wiggle the fingers and toes, bending the elbows, bringing the hands to rest on your chest, bending the knees, drawing them in towards the chest. Be rocking side to side. Roll onto your right side, allowing the blood to drain away from your heart, coming into the fetal position. Slowly, at your own pace, make your way to either accomplished seated position or comfortable seated position. Try to place the opposite foot in front than the one you started out with. Once you're in your seated position, if you needed to open your eyes to get there, that's fine, but I invite you to allow them to gently close again. Taking some deep closing breaths. I'm going to close with one Om. I invite you to join me, but I do not expect you to. Take a big inhale and exhale, sigh it out. Big inhale
Shanti. The light that is in me salutes the light that is also in you. Namaste.